I do want to go to a call here because Chris disagrees with you.
Okay.
Where you say the Eagles are not
a top
this past
five
Eagles
all-time
team because that's what Saquon Barkley said earlier this week. And you said the Seahawks. I think that's the closest one.
Oh, I
where
think
you could go
there's
5A,
others
5B.
that I could put on the list.
I mean, somebody in our YouTube chat, I think it was Neil, mentioned the Cowboys of the 90s.
By the way,
right?
the Cowboys of 92, are ranked higher than that Seahawks team by the NFL experts who voted.
Because remember,
so the Cowboys of 92, I just didn't put them on my list because I hate the Cowboys.
Now, here's the deal. Hold on a second. That list was... Didn't they do that during COVID where they had
did
Bill
it.
Belichick?
No, this is a list that was done in 2022.
All right, well, you could make the case that the Eagles are better than one of those five teams.
You could. You won't be right, but you could make the case.
All right, let's go to Chris in Allentown wants to chime in here. What up, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Good morning, gentlemen. John, I love the conversation, and I want to debate you a little bit here on this.
Sure.
One. I mean, which game did you think the Eagles went into this past season that you thought they were going to lose?
That I thought they were going to lose? What does that mean?
Yes, going in.
What does that mean?
Do you think? Do you think they were going to lose a game?
Yes, there were games I thought they were going to lose this year. Absolutely.
I didn't feel like they were going to lose a single game every time going in. I
thought. Wait.
13-3.
Tampa Bay. At Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
Well, that's when everyone was hurt.
It was 115 degrees.
Okay, wait.
John.
It was 115 for both teams. So stop it. Stop it.
And we didn't have the.
I understand. So wait a minute. You just asked me. Wait a minute. You just asked me. Was there a game I thought they were going to lose?
Okay.
That's one. Yes.
Okay.
That I thought they were going to lose. Yes, I did.
So, I mean, I think the Eagles this entire season could have done stuff like the Detroit Lions, where they could have ran up the score and just kept running up the score. We killed clock. We reserved our players so they weren't injured and tired and exhausted.
So you're telling me
Detroit Lions.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me they tried to play the Cleveland Browns where they didn't score an offensive touchdown at home? That was by design, you're telling me.
I go to Mike Missanelli on this one. Mike even said it even against Carolina Panthers. Like, this could be an upset because they're going to play down to the opponent.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, I get you. So they played down. They played down to the opponent with the Browns game. So then 2 games in between. So then they had the Jags coming in, another terrible team, and they played down to them too.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Saquon had that spin hop turnover.
Oh, it was a great play. That was a great play.
Listen, when you say the Legion of Boom is up there, I mean, this team, once Cooper DeJean came into the mix.
They were Legion of Boom 2.0.
I love it, but I'm telling you, top 5 of all time. Top 5 of all time Super Bowl champions. I do not, and I only put champions in.
And thanks for the call, Chris.
And the Panthers game. So you're telling me, they played down to the opponent that day. Okay, so they played down to the opponent against the Browns because they were preserving things.
Well, so did the Seahawks and the Legion of Doom.
Played down to the Jags. Played down to the Panthers.
This is what I can't. You can make an argument for any 5 teams to be in there. I'm just baffled that you think there's no argument for the Eagles team to be in there.
Not in the top 5.
I think there is a legitimate argument, and whether you have them in the top 5 or not, that's totally up to you, right? But I think there's an argument.
But here's one of the things. 4 of the teams, and again, I am not trying to be a D here. You guys did not even see them play.
Yeah, but you didn't get.
So you've never seen them play.
Yeah, but did you hear us push back on the Dolphins or the 84 Niners or the 85 Bears? We didn't push back on them.
Like, I didn't put that Cowboys team in. That Cowboys team is probably better than the Legion of Boom team. They're probably better. I wasn't going to put a Cowboys team on it out of spite.
I keep on saying Legion of Doom.
Hey, Legion of Boom. I'm telling it out of spite. I wasn't going to put them in there. Again, though, these are teams that, other than the Rams, these are teams you guys never saw. And they were clearly dominant from beginning to end of seasons. The Eagles were not.
Neither were the Legion of Doom.
The Eagles were not. Yeah, the Eagles. Hey, the Eagles were never.
All fired up right now.
There was never.
Winning 16 to 17 games is dominant. I don't care if it looks pretty or not.
There was never a discussion of firing Pete Carroll. There was never a discussion of benching Russell Wilson.
Well, nobody was saying Jalen Hurts should have been benched.
There was no debate about firing Nick Sirianni in the season.
Wait a minute.
It's ridiculous.
Wait a minute. And Sean McCoy were saying that.
There were people in this town that were absolutely after the Cleveland game.
Tanner McKee.
Don't. Come on now. Let's not revisit.
Honestly, dude, I don't remember fielding a call.
There were nutcases in this town that were absolutely trashing.
With every town.
No, but they were trashing Jalen Hurts. Trashing him.
Yes.
And
that comes with it. We could have the Lord and Savior himself playing quarterback for the Eagles. There's going to be people that hate.
But I'm telling you, that was not happening on the Bears, on the 49ers, on the Rams, on the Dolphins, on the most dominant teams of all time.
You're not in Chicago. You're not in San Fran.
It wasn't no. But
I don't know what Chicago Twitter was like in 1985.
Again, Gunner, because you didn't see those teams. Jim McMahon was not having that in Chicago.
I'm not pushing back saying the Eagles are better than them. I'm just I can't believe that you don't think there's an argument.
You're adamant that there's no argument.
There is no argument.
That's what we're disagreeing
There is no
with.
argument as a top 5 team. You want to tell me top 10? Absolutely, they could be in that discussion. I think the Broncos.
Well, if you're in the top 10, you could be in the top 5.
That's top 20%.
No, you're not right there. There's a difference between top 5 and top 10.
Fine. If top 10 means 6th, that means you're right on the outside looking in.
I don't think they're 6th or 7th either. Got to be honest. Because that Cowboys team should be there, but I didn't put them in because of spite.
By the end of the show, I want you to rank Super Bowls 1 through 59 and each champion and give us the rank.
If you just rank it on the Super Bowl game, well, that's a different story.
We're not doing just the game.
It's the whole season.
So Eagles Nation, one of the great accounts, the Eagles accounts, they asked ChatGPT to build the greatest all-time Eagles team. Now, this does not mean, like, statistically they've played 10 years. It's just, are they the best at their position?
So it can be based on 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have 5 as the quarterback over Hurts.
I would have 5.
I think once Jalen wins, Hurts is better than 5. And you know me. Donovan McNabb is my childhood quarterback.
So you put 5.
I put 5 behind Hurts now.
Right now. Okay.
Because he won it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like entire.
I loved McNabb.
The length of work doesn't matter to you at all?
Well, no. Again, this is, if you need to win a game, who you taking? Hurts or McNabb? And Hurts has done it. They have McCoy, Shady at running back over Saquon, which I find interesting, considering what I just saw out of Saquon Barkley this year. Shady's still the all-time leading rusher in Eagles franchise history, but what I saw out of Saquon this past year, I don't know how you can.
He was ridiculous.
I don't know how you can't pick Saquon. This is why the computers are idiots still. Receivers. This one I find interesting. Carmichael, right? All-time leading receiver in Eagles franchise history. But then they go Deshaun Jackson and then Mike Quick.
Nope. Deshaun Jackson.
No A.J. Brown.
Jackson.
No A.J. Brown.
I'll take T.O. for a season.
I'll take T.O. for a season over Deshaun Jackson any season.
And I love Deshaun.
Right. But a T.O. Hall of Fame.
What are we talking about?
What are we doing this for?
Tight end, Zach Ertz. I think that's fair.
Zach Ertz is the guy.
Line. Jason Peters, left tackle. Totally agree. Future Hall of Famer. He should have retired 6 years ago, though. Left guard.
Tell that to his bank account.
Left guard, Evan Mathis, who was a very good player here. The Chip Kelly, him and Chip just butted heads, and that's why he went to Denver
Evan
afterward.
Mathis?
But Landon Dickerson's making a legitimate case, man.
I think Landon Dickerson is going to make that a non-discussion.
Yeah. Jason Kelsey at center, Brandon Brooks at right guard, which I agree with, and Lane Johnson at right tackle. The defense.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Your line. So we'll go end, tackle, end. Reggie White, Fletcher Cox, Jerome Brown, Trent Cole. I don't have a problem with that. I think eventually maybe Jalen Carter will become a part of that conversation.
You can't put Jalen there yet.
Jerome Brown is a stud.
Jerome Brown is
and
an
I didn't get to see
stud.
him, but again, my dad told me
absolute
stories.
stud. But the thing is, though, one more great dominant year out of Jalen Carter.
He might be in the mix.
He's in the mix.
Yeah.
2 more dominant years out of Jalen Carter, he supplants.
They're going a 4-3 defensive scheme here, so 2 outside linebackers, 1 middle linebacker.
Okay.
Seth, Trot, Berge.
No Chris Gokong? What the hell?
Okay, that is strong.
Yeah.
That is strong.
I don't argue the defense here.
No, don't argue that.
Your 2 corners, Eric Allen, Troy Vincent.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe one day Q. Who knows? We'll see.
Quinyon can't be there yet.
Not yet. Not
can't
yet.
even be in the discussion.
And then your safeties, Brian Dawkins and Wes Hopkins.
That's fine.
And I think the defense was an A+ for the computer. The offense is where I disagree with.
Okay, where
the
we
fact
going?
that T.O.'s not on there, like
that's stupid.
Yeah.
T.O. and A.J. Like, how are they not on there?
T.O. and A.J. would just have beaten the poop out of opposing defensive backs.
Shout out to Mike Quick and shout out to DJ.
Look,
absolutely.
Mike Quick, we love Mike Quick. Yeah. Mike Quick's such a good dude. He's out. He's probably getting ready to tee off right now somewhere.
Hell yeah, man. That's
Another
awesome.
one of the great golf course. No, T.O. and A.J. Brown. And, oh, my gosh. I mean, just can you imagine the defensive backs?
By the way, they put Akers over Jake Elliott.
Akers has to be over Jake. Right now. Has to be over Jake.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think
it has
it's like
to
a
be.
lock for it.
I think right now has to be over Jake.
Doesn't Jake Elliott have the most points? Didn't he beat?
He may be.
I believe he's creeping up there. I don't know if he passed him yet. He had the most points in Super Bowl history.
Got to play in more Super Bowls.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'll try to figure that out. All right. Yeah, David Akers is still number one. Jake Elliott.
Plus, he has that high pitched voice.
Jake Elliott is 400 points away. Oh man, he's a long ways away.
Why
still.
were you discussing that? Why were you debating that one on me?
It was on there.
But why were you debating that?
Yeah, Jake Elliott's Super Bowl champion.
I'll take Jake
seriously,
Elliott all
are
time
you-
right now.
No, I love Akers.
I mean, seriously, David Akers.
David Akers is great.
David Akers is the
Could kick your ass too.
seriously. David
I've never
Akers is
seen
the.
Jake Elliott lose you a playoff game.
That's great.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the consistency of Akers is the
Well,
guy.
Jake was consistent up until last year.
Yeah, well,
He had a really bad.
It was
season.
real great.
Yeah.
You know what? My Uber driver was great till he crashed me into the Schuylkill.
All right, coming up next.
He didn't do that.
That was great. The worst kicker in the NFL last year
He
from
swerved
50.
off and then got you there on time.
Coming up next, we'll start the segment with a question out of the hat, Memorial Day weekend edition. But then after that, remember when I told you that I would be borderline devastated if Dallas Goedert wasn't here anymore?
Oh, I remember. I wrote it down. And the date.
Not to that extent.
Oh, jeez.
But I got to admit, I'll be pretty bummed if this happens. And I kind of feel like it might. We'll see. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia.